Jack Lindquist is one of the Disney marketing legends. From Disney dollars to Mickey in the Cornfield to a second inauguration for President Ronald Reagan, Mr. Lindquist was a visionary in marketing. What lessons can we learn from his tenure at Disney? Stay tuned and let's talk about it. Welcome to Marketing the Magic, our weekly show and community for business owners, marketers, and agency owners focused on practical digital marketing lessons inspired by the Disney parks, movies, marketing, and more. This week is our first episode in a series covering marketing professionals and influencers at the Walt Disney Company through its history. And I couldn't imagine a more perfect first featured pro than Jack Lindquist. Mr. Lindquist was a marketing director beginning at Disneyland in 1955, then both Disneyland and Disney World after it opened, and he finished his career as president of Disneyland, retiring in 1993. During his tenure in Disney marketing, Mr. Lindquist devised some of the most iconic, memorable marketing campaigns I've ever heard of. In fact, much of this episode will be merely a preview of episodes to come in an ongoing series on my favorite Disney marketing campaigns. Mr. Lindquist certainly created many to choose from. Some of my favorites of his include Donald Duck's 50th birthday celebration, a massive campaign involving a whistle-stop tour on Donald's own 727 jet. This was a big upgrade from Mickey's Amtrak train tour for his 50th. Later, Mr. Lindquist also planned Mickey's 60th birthday. This campaign featured an idea called Mickey in the Cornfield, in which Disney and the University of Iowa managed to find a farmer to plant an entire field of corn in the shape of Mickey's head. It was so large it could be seen from 35,000 feet in the air in a plane. Mickey's 60th can teach us a very important lesson in building robust marketing campaigns. Disney didn't just hang a happy birthday banner and sing a song for Mickey. The Mickey in the Cornfield promotion wasn't even all they did. In fact, Mickey's 60th was a massive, synergistic, and collaborative campaign made up of many different angles and celebrations and promotions. To name just a few, Walt Disney World created Mickey's Birthday Land, the Disney Channel aired specials on Mickey throughout the year, the Consumer Products Division created Mickey's 60th merchandise, Walt Disney Pictures adopted a special Mickey's 60th logo for that year, and more. While we may not have quite the budget to go that big in most of our companies, we can certainly learn the importance of a diversified approach to building our marketing campaigns for Mickey's 60th birthday. Another of my favorite campaigns from Jack Lindquist was Disneyland's 30th anniversary celebration. It was an odd year to celebrate, but Mr. Lindquist made it exceptional with his Gift Giver Extraordinaire campaign. Now, this campaign, which I will definitely cover in much more depth in a future episode, featured Disney giving away more than 400 GM cars to guests during the 30th anniversary celebration and driving record park attendance during that year. Mr. Lindquist's Gift Giver Extraordinaire campaign also teaches us a very important lesson in marketing. Be bold. He actually put his job on the line with Michael Eisner, who was still very new to the company at the time, in order to get the permission to do it at all. But Jack Lindquist believed in his concept. Another important thing to note about this is that he believed in it because he'd made it work before at a much smaller scale before he came to Disney. But still, he believed and he got it done. Another example of boldness from Jack Lindquist comes from his part in getting President Ronald Reagan to attend a second inauguration hosted in Epcot Center. At his real inauguration that year, the weather was so bitterly cold that the event had to be moved indoors, and the various high school bands who'd been scheduled to perform in the inaugural parade were canceled. Mr. Lindquist and his team saw an amazing opportunity to make headlines in towns across the country by inviting those same bands to Florida to get to perform for the president. Having the sitting president of the United States visit Disney World was certainly a great promotional opportunity as well. Where his boldness shines through is that he and his team planned and prepared for this promotion without actually telling anyone else or asking permission. Again, they believed in the concept and they developed it until they could prove its value to their bosses. Mr. Lindquist even had the idea for a different campaign to completely transform the Disneyland park during the early negotiations around Disney's acquiring the Muppets franchise from Jim Henson. His thought was to all but completely rename Disneyland to Muppetland for a full year. The massive banner sign would have been changed, all of the merchandise in the park would have been replaced with Muppet souvenirs, and he even had the thought to paint the Matterhorn ride green because it can be seen from a very long distance on the highway outside the park. While many others at Disney actually loved at least most of the concept, Jim Henson unfortunately passed away before the acquisition was complete, and his family then kind of had second thoughts, delaying the process. By the time the acquisition did finally happen, the teams at Disney decided it probably wasn't the best idea to mess with the family jewel, so to speak, so we never got to see Muppet Land. But all in all, Jack Lindquist offers amazing examples of creativity, boldness, and leadership in marketing from his decades at Disney. I hope you'll agree that he made a great first featured Disney marketing pro for our series here. And that's going to do it for this week's episode. I hope you'll join us live on Wednesday, or, as always, you can catch the replay when it's posted soon after on Facebook and YouTube. So you can join us in discussing the practical implications of today's episode, ask your questions, and have some fun discussing Disney and marketing. For more information on our weekly live discussion stream, just visit mtm.live. And I hope to see you online real soon.